Gabby was the first person that I sent the demo to, and he said, "Don't change a thing." My grandkid said, "She doesn't look like a grandma."
She doesn't.
I didn't just cry because it was beautiful. I cried because it was hard. Because at one point in time, I actually wanted to stop. This is Kimberley Inniss. What going on?
Hey, welcome back. 2022, first video out of the gate. I'm your host, Empress Zinga. Now, before I get to anything else, housekeeping. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe here, follow us on Instagram, and if you want to send us an email, you can drop it at GineOn.com. Now, today I'm really excited, finally, to sit down with one of Barbados' well-known artists. And she's been off the map for a little while, but she's going to be bringing out some amazing music that I have been looking out for a long time. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on, Kimberley Inniss?
What's going on?
Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Now, you have been off the scene for quite some time.
For a long time.
Yeah, for a minute.
Yes.
Well, what was up?
I was mostly focusing on my career. I have a band called Virgo, September born. We perform in the hotels. We perform in like Sandy Lane and Elegant Hotel, Seabreeze, Bougainville, every night. Sometimes like we work twice a day.
Okay, so how has that been for you working in the hotel industry, especially now throughout the COVID, the pandemic, the panorama, whatever it is that one let's call it? How has that been for you?
During the pandemic, it was really rough. We were out of work for I think 9 months to a year. But my group, we go hard. We practice hard. We try to offer something different. So when the hotels opened back, the first person that was called was Kimberley and her band. So it's about what you put in, you get back.
How is the lifestyle there? Do you feel at home working in the hotel industry?
Definitely. We get to sing my favorites, which are like Rihanna, Nicki Minaj. And if you know my music, you would see that influence in my music.
Yeah.
So I get to be authentic. I get to be myself. So I definitely enjoy what I do.
So you've been traveling in between Barbados and United States. What are some of the differences there between arts and culture and I guess entertainment you see over there versus here?
Well, that's a little difficult for me because I traveled to the USA when I was 12.
Wow.
So
singing or just?
My grandmother lived there and she just wanted her granddaughter there. She took me and she said, "You're not going back," and that's literally how it happened. I was there for about 5-6 years, and yes, I was part of the mass choir, and that's when I really knew that I wanted to be out there. I wanted to, just exploit my talent. I was the lead singer in the mass choir, and I really never believed that I could be the one at the forefront. I was always in the background. So when they chose me out of hundreds of people, I was just like, I can do this. Obviously it was shaking, but that's when I first started, and that's when I realized this is what I really have to do. Not that I wanted to do it, because I always wanted to do it, but I believe now that I can really achieve it. And I learn more here than there. The influences like the Edwin Yearwoods and the Alison Hines, I think I learned more in Barbados musically than overseas.
We always have this perception that the grass is greener on the other side, and going overseas. I
had more influence here with my local artists. I can say that the entertainers here, they have really encouraged me. I remember my first advice was actually from Alison Hines. She was like, "It isn't all rosy. You're going to have this, you're going to have that." She taught me how to, I don't even think she could remember this, but she taught me how to handle the criticism and how to get over it. And then you had the Edwin Yearwoods that were just pushing you. And I really respect and appreciate Richard Stout. You can't forget Richard Stout. You cannot forget him. So I would say I was influenced more here in Barbados than overseas.
That's interesting. Yes. So in terms of your favorite memories of Cropover,
the one that sticks out is Party Monarch. It was my first time entering Party Monarch. It was a song that I wrote, a song that I produced, a song that I arranged at home in my bedroom. Wow. And I didn't know this song was going to take off the way it did. And I actually made it to Party Monarch. And I felt good because I was representing the female, because there weren't a lot of females doing it at that time. So when I went there, I think there was only 3 or 4 women in the whole competition, and I actually placed. I actually played his first time and I played
Yes.
it. So, doing everything, writing the song, producing it, arranging it. I was very, very happy to be a female at Party Murder. So that is one of my favorite memories.
Is there a particular process when you start to write a song?
When I write, I start with the music first. So I sit at home and I start with a drum pattern first. It has to be a drum pattern. And then it speaks to me and it tells me where it wants to go. And then when I have the music bed complete, then I can hear what it's supposed to be.
You're waiting for like that organic experience.
Exactly. So right now I'm working on an album of Bajan covers. The first one that I did was Emerson.
Oh, wow.
And this was hell for me.
Why?
Because I had probably 5 music beds for Emerson. I did it 5 different times to see which one was the one. I mean, I cried.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song.
I literally cried. I didn't just cry because it was beautiful. I cried because it was hard. I was in the studio. This was during lockdown COVID. Nobody was permitted outside. Nobody could come in. So I had to do everything on my own. And I spent hours and hours in the studio trying to perfect this song and to make Gabby proud and happy. So it was nerve-wracking. I was scared, cried, I was happy. The second one that I did was Richard Stout, Goodbye My Bajan Girl. That was easy.
Yeah.
Honestly, I did that song in like one day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the music just spoke to me. I was able to do that. The third one was Love Is the Key. That's a beautiful, beautiful song. And I have some kids singing on that song with me.
Okay.
The fourth one that I did was Beautiful Barbados. That was pretty simple to me. The other one, the fifth one, which was Let Me Be Your Friend by Mike Grosvenor.
Yeah.
That was the most difficult because I started the song in the original key, which I should not have. So I did all the music, all the background vocals, and then when it got time to do the lead, I realized the song was too high for what I wanted.
Yeah.
So if he's here, I wanted to go here. And I literally cried. The ad-libs is what I'm talking about. The ad-libs they're very high. Mariah Carey high. Don't ask me to sing this song live. I cannot sing this song live. 1 hour to do one ad-lib, but it's completed. All 5 are completed.
How is music videos or the production of music videos helping you with this process? I've heard this conversation of, you're gonna do a music video, it gonna be either larger than life, it gonna have all this movie magic stuff happening.
I want my music videos to be as simple as possible because I want people to listen to the song. I put a lot of effort into the music. I just want you to focus on that. Believe it or not, I've never done a music video.
Why not?
I have never wanted to be in front of a camera.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so there's a big deal. There's a big deal.
I've had the opportunities, but I always turn them down. But I'm definitely going hard, and I'm going to do music videos for all of them.
Do you have any concepts right now?
Emerson, I have to go to Emerson. So I want to do it in the heart of Emerson. And the other ones, I just want it to be simple, focus on the music, as I said.
Okay.
Yes.
You ever reached out to Gabby for him to listen yet?
Gabby was the first person that I sent the demo to, and he said, "Don't change a thing. Don't change nothing. I am so happy that you're bringing my song back to life. I am so glad." He was definitely proud, and he did send a little clip to like John King, and so people were like, "Hey, I heard Emerson." I was like, "You're not supposed to hear Emerson." So what I did, this is a surprise for Gabby, I actually went back in the studio and I changed it.
Oh no,
I added a little extra, but it went from here to there.
Okay.
So I think he's gonna be surprised and very, very, very happy.
How does it make you feel now that Gabby, one of our greatest, has given you such a praise, especially for his song? It's not even like a song you wrote that he critiqued. It is his song.
I felt so honored. Gabby is, in my opinion, one of the greatest songwriters of all time. I mean, like Adele can't touch Gabby. Yeah. That song, I mean, if it was in the right hands of the right person, that song is a Grammy award-winning song. It is so beautiful. So to hear him say that, and people like John King say that, I felt like I'm doing something right, keep going. Because at one point in time, I actually wanted to stop. I said, I cannot do this. Artistically, I was just drained, and I couldn't produce. I couldn't get anything out. And hearing that was the inspiration that I needed to continue.
So I remember, I can age myself here. No, I remember seeing you for the first time. I can't remember exactly what it was called. Was it Caribbean Star Search or something like that?
Rising Stars.
Rising Stars. That was the first time I saw Kimberley Inniss. I have fallen in love with your voice. It was like, this girl just is herself. And you have kept that throughout your entire career. As a female entertainer, what are some of the lessons you have learned being a woman in this industry?
It definitely is hard. Sometimes getting your opinion out there was definitely hard. I was branded as difficult to work with because I knew what I wanted. I knew when I produced this song, this is how I wanted it to be. My advice to women is just be yourself. Don't be afraid to speak up. You're going to find yourself in a sexist situations at time. Just be true to you. Keep going. Push hard, and together we can conquer the men.
Conquer the men. How do you see yourself or plan to get further into the music industry overseas?
I don't want to be the traveling artist anymore. I've done that. Married now, have children. I have 3 grandchildren. I just like being home, but I want to start writing. I've been approached. Talking to some people about opening a company, a publishing company, where I just write for people and get that music out there. But I don't want to be the one out there. I want to be behind the scene, and I'm going to use other people to sing my music to push forward. To get forward, yes, exactly.
Okay, so I had to compose myself just now when you said not only grandmother, but grandmother of 3. So obviously the family line, the legacy is growing. How you feel about being a parent, a grandmother, doing all of this?
It's difficult. I see myself differently now. Obviously, when I wasn't a grandmother, or the Kimberley then is different to the Kimberley now, because I feel like I have a responsibility to my family. And not only that, I have my house is open to so many children. We actually had to go and buy bunk beds and different.
Oh, wow.
Yes, sometimes I have 6 kids with me for 2 months, 3 months. Okay. Some have been there for 3 years, some have been there for 5. So they look up to me. So my mindset is a bit different. They all call me mommy. Everyone. They don't call me Kim. All of them call me mommy. It's different having a family and being a singer, definitely. My grandkid said, she doesn't look like a grandma.
She doesn't. Do your children, do they want to, or are they within the music industry?
My daughter, she's married with her 3 kids. She can play the piano, but she's a nurse, and that's her passion. My son can play any instrument that he touches, but he is more into mechanics with the cars. So no, they don't want to follow in my footsteps at all. They're all doing their own thing.
I usually give this to established artists, and I really usually want, it's usually for me because I just gypsy one. So what is it that you want to be remembered for, or what is it that you want to leave behind?
Oh, and it has nothing to do with music, actually.
Yeah.
I love kids, and my goal is by the time I turn 50, before I turn 50, I'm going to open a children's home.
Aww.
Yes, and I just want to, work with kids, give them love, support, encouragement, nothing to do with music. And that's my goal, and that's what I'm going to do.
I think you're going to get it done.
I will.
You're such a warm spirit.
Oh, thank you.
I can see why children are very drawn to you. You're a very genuine person, Kimberley. You're very genuine.
Thank you.
It's great being here with you and sitting and chatting and catching up on all the things, not just the album or the EP or anything like that, just catching up with Kimberley Inniss.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
So before we go, you have to drop some details for us. When is the album coming out? Where can we go to find it? Where can we find you?
So thanks to the NCF for funding this project. You can go to my Instagram. I'll be posting some snippets of
sneak peeks.
Yeah, some sneak peeks of the songs and the behind the scenes, so you can get a little feel of what's to come.
Sweet. So you know what to do. Go on over and check out Kimberley Inniss 246 on Instagram and go out and follow her. Look for the music because music is there. It's coming. We're very excited to hear all about her journey so far. I'm Empress Zinga. Also, don't forget to share this video wherever you may be around the world, right here on YouTube or on Instagram. Thank you so much for being here, and we will see you somewhere sometime soon. Bye, guys.
You said you're a grandmother?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had composed myself. Just grandmother of 3.
Yeah.